What's going on, guys? We took like 2 weeks off. At this point, we're doing this bi-weekly, but it's okay, man. It's okay. Here's the thing. I have stuff I'm doing, and then sometimes Dirk got stuff he's doing. So it's just like you're gonna have to get excited for when we are here. Okay? Like I don't know if I'm even allowed to say it yet. Like the game just came out. Well, it didn't come out. The Metacritic stuff just came out. But I'm still unsure if I'm allowed to say I'm playing it. I feel like I am. Because if the Metacritic's out, that means I don't have an embargo. I don't know what it is. But it's Shin Megami Tensei.
You can't say the name
5.
of the game?
It's Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance for the Xbox. I'm hoping I'm allowed to say I played it at this point. I mean, if the Metacritic is out.
Yeah, you would think, right?
If the Metacritic is out, one would think I can talk about it at this point. If not, I'm so sorry, Sega. To be fair, you probably should have been a little bit more.
I mean, if the Metacritic is out, I mean, they know that somebody's reviewing it. If the Metacritic is out,
well, I'm not going to say anything about the game itself because I do have a video coming out, relatively soon about that particular subject. So I'm not going to say the video, but it's definitely off on Metacritic. It's definitely on Metacritic already. It's got like 86, 87. I'm going to go on a little rant real quick. I'm going to say it. Atlas is making the best turn-based RPGs in the industry.
There you go.
Like, by far. Because what I respect about them, Dirt, is back in the old day, everyone was switching up. We're not doing this turn-based stuff no more. We need to make sure that we can appeal to as many people as possible. Atlas is like, no, fuck that. We gonna make it work. And what I enjoyed, because I only play Persona with them. I've never played this game, like the Shin Megami Tensei. And what I really enjoy is Shin Megami Tensei. I just can't believe I said the F-bomb. It's been a minute. My bad. But the Shin Megami Tensei, what I enjoy about it is I'm seeing the demons and stuff I recruited in Persona, and I'm sitting here looking at it, and I'm like, oh, okay, this makes a lot more sense now, because it's crazy they have the same concept in two different, well, I think they have another franchise, but we're just talking about Shin Megami Tensei and Persona. They have two different concepts, and they both work so unique, but they're the same concept. Like the weakness driving, like in Persona, when you hit someone with a weakness, they fall. And if you get all of them on your side, on their side that fell down, you could do like this big, amazing attack where your whole team just goes ham on the whole team. That's like the key thing you do to really do damage in Persona. On this game, I ain't gonna lie, I jump people. I find out what you weak to. If you beat me, you won't beat me again.
So you just jump people.
I'm going to switch my stats up to where your biggest attack does nothing to me. And I'm going to make sure everyone on my team got one move that's your weakness. Because how it goes is, let's say there's 4 people. You get 4 turns on your whole team. So if the first person hits them with their weakness, that fourth don't go away. So you could go twice to every one counter as long as you hit them the weakness. And the funny thing is, you could go 8 times as long as everyone has a counter to his abilities. So you literally, it's. But I will say, this game is designed, even though in that case, it's mad hard. Like I fought this one individual that had like a dog. I can't remember his name. Beat me for like 6 straight hours.
Damn.
Because every time I would kill the dog, he would just revive him. So I was like, okay, then let me just focus on the human. Well, then when the dog comes up, he's like, I'm going to use this ability where you have to focus on me. So I'm like, okay, I got to kill the dog and do as much damage to the human as possible. But then when the dog gets up and he does the you only can attack me, he heals the human. I'm like, what am I supposed to
do? So this was like a regular boss or like a mini boss? Or?
No, this was like probably a key boss in the game.
Okay.
I just got to the point where I jump him. Like, I didn't jump to this degree until this boss. Once I got to this boss, I'm like, nah, we jumping fools around here. We jumping bitches. It don't even matter.
Hey, yo, Lord Louis says, what game are you talking about?
Shimigami Tensei 5. I think it's called Shimigami Tensei 5 Vengeance. But I'm not going to go too much into the game besides what I told you, because I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it yet.
Oh shit!
I'm pretty sure I am.
Yeah,
but got to be on the safe side. Safe side, not sorry, because the Metacritics are out, so clearly embargoes are up some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just don't have an embargo. I wish I would have asked for one. I should have asked for one.
Yeah.
You normally when you get review codes, you get a Google Doc, and on the doc it doesn't say anything about social media presence or anything like that. So
yeah, man, you probably be all right.
Yeah, well, I didn't really say too much. I just essentially said what I'm playing. But anyway, let's move on, man. We woo! Sure. We got to talk about it, man. We got Hip Hop Gamer, and he's ran from us a couple times, Dirt.
Yes.
Hip Hop's supposed to came on a couple times. Remember, he'd be in that chat. I'm like, yo, Hip Hop, come on.
Hip Hop Gamer.
I don't know, man. I don't know where he'd be going.
What's up, Hip Hop Gamer? How you doing, brother?
What's up, Hip Hop? Why don't you come on, Hip Hop? Come on the show, Hip Hop. Oh my God! Like, how am I messing up this that bad? There we go. Oh no, we So if you notice, my title is Xbox Showcase Aftermath. All the doubters are hiding. I am one of those doubters. I'm a mustard heart. Remember, I'm a mustard heart. I'm naturally a doubter. Now, I never doubted the showcase, but I'm doubting Xbox in their multi-plat approach. You know what's funny? People are like, "Oh, now are you coming down at it?" No, I'm amping that shit up now, because now I see the showcase and all these fire games coming to the platform, and I'm looking at Xbox. Why are you giving these to PlayStation?
Are they giving all of those games to PlayStation?
I would say eventually they will slowly leak over there.
Eventually,
but that's a key component, man. That's a key component eventually. So let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the multi. You know what? We're going to PlayStation first. And keep in mind, Hip Hop, you come on here and give your piece. That's fine. I give you a link. That's fine. So PlayStation essentially, it looks like they're going multi-plat too. Dirt. You got all the nice little info about it?
Well, yeah. Let me see. Pull up. I was like a lot of the Xbox homers was talking trash today, so I.
Oh, you in one of those DMs?
Yeah. I'm in a couple of those DMs.
They kicked me out of two of them.
So apparently,
so
some news have dropped about Lego Horizon Adventures. I know a lot of PlayStation guys saying, "No, it was Lego's decision. It was Lego's decision to put the game on Nintendo Switch." But apparently, a dev from Gorilla, he came out and said it was their decision. Pretty much saying it was their decision. So Andy Robertson, let me read exactly what he said. A Gorilla game dev told me Lego Horizon Adventures and Nintendo Switch were a natural fit. I kept mentioning it, but we want this to be for everyone, and the Switch is really a platform that allows us to broaden the audience. Now, that's what a Gorilla dev said. So some of the guys were saying,
he essentially just said the PlayStation's not enough, right?
Pretty much is what he said. So some of the guys that was like, "Oh no, it was Lego," like with the MLB narrative. The MLB was the one that wanted it. Maybe so. But they tried to use that same narrative with the Lego Horizon game, and apparently, no, it was Gorilla's decision. So a lot of guys are looking foolish as usual. Listen, man, we say all the time, people think we're just damage controlling for Xbox when us Xbox guys say the gaming industry is changing. It's changing. Yeah, it's not just Xbox doing stuff that's unfamiliar. So it's Nintendo. So it's PlayStation. Now Nintendo, they're the ones that's still in their own little lane, but it's different for them because their games aren't as I guess like the budgets aren't as big as Xbox and PlayStation games, but just like Square Enix, they're like, yo, man, we need to just focus on multi-platform. It's unfortunate if you really hate that games are going to other platforms, but this is the industry we're living in today, man. Like you think about Sega, like you talking about a Sega game, right? During the Xbox One generation, was any Persona games on Xbox? Was any Yakuza games on the Xbox?
None of them. You want to get
all of them
technical,
there.
Sega might as well have been owned by PlayStation for like 20 years.
100%. But now their games are everywhere. You see Capcom, they rarely do exclusives anymore. Their games are everywhere. So it is what it is, man. This is the times we're living in.
You know, it's interesting that the Horizon Lego game's not coming to Xbox.
Yeah.
You know people are trying to go with this narrative that Lego strong arm PlayStation and putting that on Switch.
Mm-hmm.
How? They PlayStation essentially has strong armed a lot of people into doing what they want. So you mean to tell me this particular game, they just met their match? The Lego people strong arm PlayStation, and people are like, "Well, Lego's so big, yeah." But the thing is who asked for a Horizon Lego game? No one.
Right.
Now, people, I'm sure, are going to be glad that they're able to try this game out. But the fact that you're going to sit here and tell me with a straight face that PlayStation had, Switch, it went to Switch. And what's funny is that, and people are like, well, it's because they did because I was like, then why is it not on Xbox? Well, they did the analyst, and, they determined that, the games aren't being bought on Xbox. And I'm like, oh, so that feels like a lot more about a PlayStation fanboy mindset than what's the real truth.
Mm-hmm.
The real truth is PlayStation said, we'll put this on Switch, but we're not putting it on Xbox. Because it makes no sense to skip the Xbox platform. None of the other, and then if you look at it from their perspective, where they're saying that Lego manipulated PlayStation, name another Lego game that skipped Xbox.
Yeah,
there's not.
Yeah, there's none. Yeah,
the only thing that makes sense is PlayStation knew that those PlayStation people aren't picking up no damn Lego game, and they knew that the Switch would be overwhelmingly more supportive of this title, but they knew they did not want to mess with Xbox Game Pass at all. I mean, Xbox in general. So it is what it is. Look, I don't think this means that like PlayStation tomorrow is going to start announcing God of War and stuff on all platforms.
No, of course not.
But it develops a pattern, and if they're willing to do it once, sooner or later they're going to be willing to do it again.
Addict, there's a pattern for Xbox also, right? 2016 Xbox announced they're going,
Quantum Break where it all started.
Right. So in 2016, Quantum Break was the first game that Xbox announced that their games are going to PC day one, and years later, and the people got upset about it, but now it's like, it's just how it is, right? Now they're putting some of their platforms all over. I mean, some of their franchises all on all platforms, I should say. Now we remember PlayStation. Excuse me, PlayStation would never put their games on PC. Like, we remember that noise back in the day. They would never put their games on PC, and of course, they're putting their games on PC. Well, they would never do day and date. Okay, then we start to see their live service games be day and date. Now they said we will not put our games day and date, our huge franchises day and date. So like it keeps on changing to where eventually the budgets keep on going up. Everything's gonna be crazy, bro. Everything's gonna be crazy.
It's like I said, people need to stop acting like these are like the developers are in charge. You know who's in charge? The people making money. And if they look at something and say that we're no longer getting profits every quarter, they might deal with one, maybe even two slow growth profit quarters. But once you start getting to a minimum every quarter, they're going to look for other places to make money. They're not going to continue to tell their, investors that, we just ain't making the money like that.
Yeah.
Now, that's why you see so many so many companies going into games as a service because it's easier to monetize that. You don't have to put years and years of development just to see a return.
Mhm.
You can see a return every quarter because it's a games as a service.
But they also kind of, more expensive. Well, to a certain extent, it depends on how successful it is because they have to constantly have a team working nonstop to constantly add content to it. So, but it's a different time, Addict. It is, man. And like I said, some of us don't like it. My homie Joey, that's in the chat, he don't like none of it. I don't think none of us do.
Yeah, I don't like
But
it.
sometimes, I mean, it is what it is. We love video games, and if this is something that's necessary for our favorite platforms to continue to make the type of games that we like,
I don't think it's necessary. It's necessary for the higher ups because they're still making money. They're still making profit.
Yeah, of course. But they
The
want
problem
more.
is they want more.
They want
And
more.
greedy.
100%.
Greed. Companies these days can make more money in a quarter, in a quarter, than some countries have. And that's not good enough.
But I believe it is necessary, though, Addy, because the budgets of these games are going up. The type of games that we want, most of the hardcore gamers want those big budget AAA games. They're going to be fewer. See, because the way it's going now, we're going to see less AAA big budget games. PlayStation guys is upset because their state of play showed their biggest games was Astrobot and Concord. PlayStation guys like nobody asked for Concord. PlayStation fanboys are conditioned with single player first party, third person, action adventure, deep narrative games, which are pretty good on PlayStation. That's what they want. PlayStation did a pivot that they don't want. They don't want Concord. They're like, no, we don't want that. So when I said things are necessary, is because like the stuff that we're used to is changing. Xbox, they just spent $80 billion on publishers.
I think in my mindset, it's still not necessary because these games are still making profit. The problem is they're not making enough profit. And I think that's where I'm at. It's like these games are paying for themselves, but where they're not games as a service. Because I do think that games like Fortnite, they ruin the industry. They help the industry and they ruin it at the same time because now everyone wants that kind of money. And
and everybody's not going to get that kind of money.
And when you have a couple games that are successful in the games as a service, like Xbox has, they're wanting Sea of Thieves money every quarter. They're wanting Minecraft money every quarter. They're wanting Elder Scrolls Online money every quarter. And then when you look at something like a Hi-Fi Rush, that's costing them money. That's not helping them. And that's one of the reasons I have to people got upset with me. Let's move straight to it. We don't need to keep talking about the because we got to talk about the Phil Spencer interview. You watched that, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the Xbox Showcase 2024. We are 20 minutes in. So, actually, we're 19 minutes in. So, what was okay? Let's first off, we're going to give it a number because we always do that here. But the first thing I want is what was your expectations right when you were seeing that timer going down? What was the hypeness level? What was your expectations? Tell me the mindset of Dirt right when it went go.
Honestly, adding my expectations was high for this show because just looking at the timeline of the games they have announced in 2020, 2021, here we are 3 to 4 years later. I was expecting them to show updates on some of the games that was announced years ago. So my expectations was pretty high. And to say that this show exceeded my expectations is an understatement because I just didn't expect it to be as good as it was. I didn't expect to see certain things I didn't expect South of Midnight to blow me away like it did. See, that's
South
the
Midnight
thing.
Was very impressive.
That was my game of the show. See, the thing is, when you have these shows, you can have games, right? But if the games are there and they show good, Xbox, every first party game they show, I know like some of the strategy games might not be for you, but every first party game they show good. Meaning they all looked impressive. There was no moment like that game, that game doesn't look ready. That game looks buggy. You know how like people was acting like with Redfall. Remember when Redfall first got shown, people was like, yo, that game look like shit. So it's kind of like every game they show looked good. From Perfect Dark, South to Midnight, Doom, Call of Duty, all the games look good. That's why the show was so impressive, in my opinion. That, if the games look good, it's impressive. And that's what happened, man. Then at the end, Gears of War, for this not to leak that they were making a prequel, it surprised everybody. I was like, that. I watched so many reactions and everybody said the same thing. Is that Marcus? Damn, Marcus is young. And for that to be, like Key Loki said, the only bad part was that mouse game. Look, in previous showcases, games like that
so much heat the way that they were doing, you're willing to do one unappealing indie game.
Addict, in the past showcases, there were like 15 games like that.
Yeah.
They had one because the other indie game mixtape looked incredible to me. That looked great. That mouse game, I was like, oh, okay, there's one. I was expecting more, but that was it. Then they start showing the bangers again. So it was a great show. It was, I think, Xbox best show ever. Addict, I watched a lot of Xbox old E3s all the time, from the original Xbox to the 360 to the one to the series. This might be the best one they ever had. Seriously.
Yeah, I think when it comes down to it, my particular expectations is, that there were some things that I'm gonna stop listening to Xbox Air. I'm gonna be real with you. He had me a little bit hyped for a potential Blue Dragon Lost Odyssey thing.
Maybe he was talking about the Expedition 33 game.
That looked good, but I wouldn't consider that's what he described.
Yeah.
But that Expedition 33 game, that looked fire.
That's right up your alley, right? That's right up your alley.
Did you hear about the whole thing behind that game?
No.
So apparently, and maybe I'm wrong, someone in the comment section correct me if I'm wrong, because I only go off what they say. That game is about there's a tree or something, or someone paints a number on a tree or something. I don't know what it is. And everyone that age dies.
What?
And all your team seem to be 33. And they all die at the end of the year.
Bro. That's original. That should be a movie, bro.
So I don't know if that's how this game is, but that's the way I interpreted all the stuff that I saw. And essentially, maybe they're not all 33, but the whole point of that is, we're going to die if we don't do something this year.
Bro, that's crazy. Like, that concept is crazy. That should be a movie, man.
Yeah, and
that should be a movie.
And it's crazy. By the time that game comes out, I'm gonna be 33.
Oh, yeah. That's great. Hey, man, you ever seen the movie? You might not have seen it because it was a great movie, but nobody saw it. The Frighteners with Michael J. Fox. It was in like 96. There was this serial killer, but he was like a ghost. And the next person he would kill, he would write the number victim that they are on their head. And the only person that could see it was Michael J. Fox because he had this, he could see ghost stuff. And that was kind of sweet, right? That kind of reminded me. So you say you put 35 on a tree damn. So everybody that turns 35 in that village or something dies?
No, in the world.
Damn.
Yeah, that's the way I'm taking it. In the world. It didn't seem like it was just a village kind of thing. Like
that's a good concept.
And they're on a bench to defeat the painter before she completes the ritual or whatever that's going to kill them.
Bro, that is a great concept. Yo, I see you guys talking about the Fighting. It's such an underrated movie, man. Directed by Peter Jackson. Such an underrated movie. But yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept, man.
And it's going to Game Pass, right? Is it Game Pass?
Yeah,
Game?
Game Pass. Actually, let's talk about that. We said on this show before that they've kind of went away a little bit from the everything on Game Pass or really stating stuff. I don't think there was too much that was not on Game Pass. Like, if anything, really, besides like maybe Dragon Age, which a lot of people was like mixed feelings about Dragon Age.
Mm-hmm.
So what's interesting is like what I think they've been letting the foot off the pedal a little bit with Game Pass the past year and a half. It seems like they stomp the gas, like straight metal to the pedal.
Yeah.
And I was seeing, like, when I saw that Expedition 33 was in Game Pass, I'm like, crazy. That hit different. Like games like that. And that's why it irritates me that Microsoft is still continuing the multi-plat approach. This is one of the very few showcases the whole internet was on Xbox's side. It didn't 100%. Matter who you was part of. 100%. And I'm just like, Xbox, if you drop some of these games and they're critically successful, after a few of them, people will stop talking about you like this. And then I feel like look, they're still going to sell consoles. I do think their console sales are going to pick up, especially with everything going on. We'll get more into that when we talk about the Phil Spencer interview. Fable is here.
Incredible, bro. It looks incredible.
I didn't expect that.
It looks incredible.
I'm gonna be real with you. I expected Fable to be at the next showcase, the January.
It's dropping next year, bro.
Yeah, did I not call it?
Yeah, you say that. Yeah.
I've been saying for a while it's coming out 2025.
Yeah.
And what's going to be interesting is how much time that game got going for it, man. I do think that even though that going to a multi-plat like a Doom, the next Doom was announced on their platform. So my question to you is,
and it's a Game Pass.
Yeah, well, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Announcing stuff like that means a lot. And to me, this showcase showed you, if anything, it showed you that they have the means and they have the games to put the games everywhere. And when I'm looking at what's going on, I'm like, these people ain't playing. Like, this showcase, I've been covering on YouTube for about 10 years. On and off. I've been more active the past like year and a half too. But in the entire time I've been doing this, even through E3, I've been to like 4 E3s. They've never had a showcase like this the entire time. I was baffled. And people, first off, I gave it a 9 because I said release dates annoyed me a little bit, especially Avowed and Indiana Jones. Those two needed release dates because we've seen them twice already. E3 last year and the direct showcase this year. Those games, to me, to this day, still needed release dates because we've seen those so many times and you still have not showed us a release date. I gave it a 9 out of 10. People were upset with my 9 out of 10. It's like, geez, I got to give something a perfect score. It wasn't a perfect showcase. It was damn near a perfect showcase, but I needed to see those release dates because to me, if a game, we're in June. In June, I'm still in the mindset that if you don't see release dates, I start getting nervous that it's not coming out as early as they claim it's coming out. So, and that's my only thing. It wasn't like a bad thing. Like I was saying, it was horrible. I'm just saying when it comes to release dates, I would have preferred not everything, just Avowed and Indiana Jones. And the only reason I would have wanted those release dates is because we seen them last year at E3. We seen them in, this year at the Developer Direct.
Okay.
If I wouldn't have seen them, if they were not there at the Developer Direct, I'd be a little bit more lenient on them. But I still prefer to see a a release date. Now maybe it's at Gamescom. I hope they actually do another direct around Gamescom, and then that's when they show them. Because I think that's my main thing is like, are you just gonna drop a YouTube video that's like this game comes out this date? Like, at Gamescom they've never really announced anything big at Gamescom.
Yeah. 1 year they did show the Gears 5 campaign 2019. Okay. The only thing I would say with your point, the release dates for those two games, yes, I understand what you're saying. Me personally, they said 2024. They had a deep dive of both games. Indiana Jones, I believe their deep dive is Friday. Avowals was Monday. I believe the games are coming out this year. I just think they're still trying to find the right time to announce the release dates. I mean, delays are possible, obviously, but I think they're just trying to find the right time or the right time to announce it, or the right time to drop the games, because it's kind of crowded. So,
and I think the biggest thing I got to look at too is maybe because I've covered Xbox so long, I'm used to how Xbox normally handles stuff, because they still normally go the same direction they used to, but it's in forms of like how they release games and how they announce games. Those have kind of changed a little bit from Nintendo. From developer directs. It does seem like they hold on to the release date close to chest for a while. So it is what it is. It's nothing bad. It's just I particularly would have wanted release dates from that game. Let's get these member chat. Adidas with the member chat. He's been a member for 11 months. What's up?
Adidas, what's up, bro?
James Thomas with the $2 super chat. Fable, just like last year, was gameplay too hype.
Yeah, it was. You know what, James? Last year, people questioned was Fable gameplay. They answered that question this year. In-game footage, damn it. They answered the question, because you remember what Phil Spencer said at that Giant Bomb interview last year. That like the one guy said, "Hey, I would have loved for Fable to see more. To show more gameplay." And Phil said, "What makes you think it wasn't gameplay?" This year proved that it was gameplay. Dark, man. Look at the baby. Like,
I'm happy like a baby. I'm as happy as a baby right now.
You look like a young Drake on that picture. Right?
Oh, what's going on, Dirk? What up, Lord Addict? What's up, baby?
What up, though? How you doing, bro?
Oh my God, I'm doing good, man. I took my daughter to a freaking interview right now, so I told her, I was like, "You go knock out that interview. I'll wait for you in the parking lot." So
there you go.
I don't got a lot of time, but I was telling let me hop on. I hear him getting ready to talk some shit.
For sure.
Yeah. So let's go back a little bit to the PlayStation Go multi-plat, because I love when Doc talks about this. I ain't gonna lie. But
yeah, I love that clip. I love that clip on that show,
because we all know there's levels to this, and I want to hear the levels to this.
Bro, it's you know what? It's sad because PlayStation sees it, but the PlayStation fans don't. You know what I mean? They see it, but the PlayStation fans themselves don't. And what's crazy is PlayStation themselves doesn't have to defend it, because their own fans will come out and try to defend it, and it's crazy. Mm-hmm. It's insane. They are also a third-party publisher. The only gaming company now that can say they only publish on their hardware is Nintendo. That's it. And even then, Nintendo does have mobile games. But let's not even go there. You know what I mean? Let's not even go there. But bro, it just is what it is, man. It's not enough. And I almost feel, I'll be honest with you, I almost felt bad for them. I know Dirt don't feel bad for no Pony because he's been through the gauntlet with them. I get it, Dirt. I get it. But I almost felt bad for, because Xbox didn't have to do what they just did. That showcase, they didn't have to do that. No, that's bragging now. No. After the Sony showcase, listen. So exactly, they're showing off. The Sony showcase ended with what? What was the game that they ended with?
Astrobot.
Okay, and what did the Xbox showcase ended with?
Gears.
There's levels to this, man. That's different. How are we gonna do this, bro? Gears? Come on. They didn't have to throw Marcus and Astrobot. That's borderline racist. I don't care. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. No.
Hey, Doc, bro, let me tell you this. Now, I've been in this community for a long time, right? Like longer than you. And I remember PlayStation guys roasting Xbox for having cartoony games like Sea of Thieves. They was killing them, killing Xbox. Like where are the photorealistic graphics? Where are the good looking graphics? Damn it, they don't have any good looking games. Now Hellblade 2 comes out, they bash it, and then they hype up.
Did you see
Astrobot?
Did you see?
I can't believe.
Did you guys see Jack Move making fun of me saying I look like that Baby Steps dude?
Oh, I didn't see. I only saw it on Blazing State.
He literally brought up one of my videos.
So you like Baby Steps?
Brought up one of my videos.
I didn't see it.
I said, I'm tripping. Does this dude look like Gaming Addict? Like,
that's funny, man.
Oh my god, that's funny. But no, I was gonna say, like, I have seen PlayStation fans make fun of Nintendo gamers for like, I don't play Nintendo because I don't play kiddie games.
Right.
Dog, the biggest highlight is Astrobot and Lego Horizon.
And Lego Horizon. I forgot to mention that one. That's
Lego Horizon. But what looked better than Lego Horizon and Astrobot? What looked better for PlayStation?
I couldn't tell you.
Nothing. No, that's all they got, bro.
Nothing.
That's what I'm saying. That guys, Dirt. Be easy on them, man. Be easy on them, Dirt.
I would actually tell you, Fable looks better than any PlayStation game that's announced right now.
Bro, I heard you guys talking about the Game Pass stuff, bro. Like how much they doubled down on Game Pass, bro. That's crazy. Every single game had its own screen afterwards. Yeah. Play it on Game Pass. Clearly play it on Game Pass. And you know what? I'm saying this the first time here. I owe the community an apology. God damn it. I owe the community an apology. I kept talking trash about the goddamn console and saying that Xbox doesn't care about consoles. And then they went ahead and dropped three consoles that don't make no sense. They still don't make sense to me, Dirt. I don't get it. What is Xbox doing? But clearly, I can't say they don't care about consoles, and then they drop 3 new ones.
Yeah.
I think that people, because I've always said it, Call of Duty is an extremely powerful brand, but the marketing is more powerful than the game itself because the games are subjected to change in quality because there's so many studios making it. But the fact that they can come out every year now and never compete with anyone, say that's on our shit, is so much more effective than I think people give them credit for. Because being able to effectively market Call of Duty every year, especially this year with Call of Duty going in Game Pass, I don't think people give them enough credit with that's gonna do numbers.
It is.
Do you know it's already doing sales numbers, pre-orders on PlayStation and on Steam?
Yeah, they already know.
It's already like climbing the charts on PlayStation and Steam for pre-orders. Isn't that crazy? Black Ops 6.
Man. I wonder if the numbers not. You see the YouTube views?
Say again.
The YouTube views?
No, I'm talking about sales, like pre-orders and stuff. Like they're already like.
But I'm asking you, did you see the YouTube views for the trailer?
Oh no, I didn't. What is it at?
It broke records for any other Call of Duty trailer. Is that 50 million?
Damn, views. Those are Eminem numbers. Goddamn.
In 2 days, crazy, man.
Holy cow! But but Game Pass is gonna kill it. That's right. Remember that. Game Pass is gonna, bro. This is unfair. And people been warning them. We've been warning Sony about this. Like, hey, they've been saying that model doesn't work. That's why the formula stays the same. That's why the freaking what's it called? The template for the game stays the same because they can't afford to try anything new. But boy, they're gonna. The bombardment is ridiculous. And that's the thing. You guys said that everything looked good. Everything did look good. But here's a good thing about that, right? We know we're not gonna like every single game, but the fact that you can try every single game, oh my god, bro!
You can try it out,
bro.
If you don't like it, you like. I tried out Pentiment. I didn't like it. I uninstalled it.
Yeah,
I think the reason
I'd have to spend my. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the thing about Game Pass. Like, dog, you've been an advocate of Game Pass for a long time, bro. And Game Pass has been getting better and better. Now I think it's about to hit its stride now because Xbox had a slow period, like 2022, stuff like that. Bro, they're about to literally. I mean, when Matt Booty said years ago, yeah, we're going to have a big first party game every quarter. People laughed at, shut up, Matt Booty, y'all lying.
Yeah,
listen, man.
Now it's looking.
It's definitely looking like it's possible now moving forward.
And what's crazy? We're talking about this year. Next year is so much worse for PlayStation. You have South of Midnight coming out, Fable coming out, potentially a Gears collection coming out because I still think that's very real. You have a variety of Game Pass games. Probably Forza Horizon is going to come out next
I
year.
was
I
just
don't
about
think
to
that's
say
here.
that.
And,
Potentially Forza
and
Horizon.
that's just the games we know of, because
Yeah,
Xbox has been having, especially Fable at the end of the year, and Indiana Jones could potentially get pushed, but could pushed into next year.
Oh, Doom also. Yeah, thank you.
Doom
Doom next year.
Being
Did you guys, was it me or did they like do something different with Avowed? Because Avowed to me looked better this time around.
It does.
they
It looks
moved
better.
to Unreal Engine 5.3 or something, like an upgraded version of Unreal Engine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I looked at it, I was like, damn, that's Avowed. I was like, damn, it actually looks good now. Like, oh my
Yeah.
God. Okay.
State of Decay looked good, even though we
Hey,
didn't
State
see
of
a whole
Decay looked
lot.
good.
I still think
But
it looks very.
they had some snippets of gameplay in there.
Do you know
But
what
it
it did
definitely looks
too?
good.
It established Xbox again as the mature brand. It felt like a grown-ups gaming console more than anything. And that PlayStation side is just looking more kiddish and Fortnite and Fortnite. And it is what it is,
Man, it's crazy how things come back around, bro. I'm telling you, Addict, they destroy Xbox for not having any good looking games besides Forza. Forza. I mean, they didn't even give Gears credit back then for the graphics. But it's funny now to see these same guys capping for Lego Horizon and Astrobot. And Astrobot is a good game. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed the one that came with the PS5. Great game, man. It's not about the game itself. It's about what the game is. It's a platformer.
And it's a principle. It's the principle of it.
It's the principles of it. They made fun of Xbox for having, photorealistic games, and the best looking game ever in Hellblade 2, they destroyed that game. They said it looked like a PS4 game. They said the game is blurry. It doesn't look that good. And okay, so.
They out there mind. It was funny. The funny thing about Astrobot, I remember when Astrobot first came out, people were saying like, "This is so good. If they made it a full game, I would play it." And they said it like capping, and Sony's like, "Really? Will you? Here you go." Oh my God, bro!
I wonder what they're gonna charge for it. What you think they're gonna charge for it?
I thought they came out with it. Isn't it like $60?
Which game?
Astrobot. Did they?
Or $50? Astrobot? Didn't they announce it already?
Oh,
$60. Yeah.
Okay.
Which I don't mind paying the 60 as long as like it's what I played at the beginning when I got my PlayStation, but a better version of that. But I will
Astrobot is a subscription game, bro.
That's a tough sell.
Astrobot is a subscription game. You throw that into your subscription day and date. I don't see why not. That's crazy.
You know why not?
Did you guys talk about why Legos is on the Switch and not on the PS4 yet?
Yeah, we talked a little bit, but you can open back up.
Go ahead. Man.
Well, I just don't know if they really think that this is the game that's gonna move people to PS5. I'm trying to figure out what their mentality was.
Oh, how does it feel to know that the Guerrilla Games is the one that decided that goes to Switch? Did you see the people tweeting about the comments?
I didn't. School me up on it.
Okay, hold on. Let me find it because
so
Jack Move was all about it. He's on Twitter all day.
I remember, yeah.
Porter Rock, your brother, said it's official. PlayStation might as well just go third party and stop with this tentpole nonsense because a Lego Horizon game, I'm not going to make a Switch game get a PS5. These dudes simply will not address the real issue. A Guerrilla Games dev told me her Lego Horizon Adventures and Nintendo Switch was a natural fit. These are quotations. I keep mentioning it, but we want this to be for everyone. And the Switch is really a platform that allows us to broaden the audience. So, what were you?
There you go.
No, I was just gonna explain what you just did. Pretty much how, listen, I saw you on Blaze 4K podcast, Doc. That little clip that's kind of going around, and for it to be right there in writing, Guerrilla co-developed the game. No, nigga, that's not it.
Do you know what development means? We're like, what? Everyone on the whole podcast is like, whoa, my God.
Come on, man. Then that was today, it to be official, it was Guerrilla's choice. It was their decision.
It's always been Guerrilla's choice. I think we all knew that. It's all Guerrilla's choice.
Yeah, that shit is wild, man. But no, listen, it's a new time in gaming. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to be able to play PlayStation games anywhere when they do start making good games, And Xbox right now, bro, it's looking crazy. The only one thing that did get me confused is, and I guess it's a good thing, if you're a console gamer mostly, then you know that Xbox. I was wrong. Xbox does care about consoles, because how are you gonna tell me they don't care about consoles? And then they released 3 different SKUs. Like they could have just stayed with the consoles that they got out now. So I don't know. The only thing is too, man, the Xbox Series X is powerful, man. They just got to keep using it. Starfield is running at 60 today, guys.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Starfield, the game that everyone said no, it can't run at 60, is too big. It is literally running at 60 today. And I believe there will be a patch for Hellblade as well. But I get it. They don't want to keep making us wait for games like they do on the other side. So I guess I can't complain.
Hey, Doc, but you know what? I think the 3 consoles that's for a specific reason also, right? I think the white Xbox One X is just all digital. They have their answer. They answer to the PS5 all digital.
Yeah.
Just all digital console. That's $100 cheaper than. Is it $100 cheaper or $50 cheaper? I'm not sure. Than the original Xbox One I'm series, because these consoles have not went down in price, bro. They have not went down in price at all. So
it's crazy.
Like the 2 terabyte one that's $600. That's a pretty penny, but it's an option. You know, it's definitely an option for somebody that want the extra space, because think about it. Call of Duty is first party now. Oh, I'm sorry, it's $50 cheap. Okay, thanks, L. Paul. Call of Duty is first party now, and they're gonna have that stuff in Game Pass. People might need that extra space if they don't want to invest into like one of those cards or whatever. So I don't know, man. This is I think they do care about consoles. It just seemed like it for a second, but I think they was getting ready to announce this and stuff like that.
I think that's the part that annoys me the most, and like why I'm so hard on them when it comes to what they're doing with the platform. It's because it's like you look at this amazing showcase, and I'm like, this would have been so much more epic if exclusive was at the end of all those trailers. And I'm just sitting here like, being someone that's covered the Xbox brand for damn near 10 years,
seeing
them
where
finally get to the point where I feel like they about to body the competition, and feel like some of that wind was let out right before they did it. Like, everybody, like, imagine Duke came up exclusive. Like, it's disappointing. And I know people get, oh, Addict, I'm tired of you bringing it up. I'm just disappointed, man. You know, I love the showcase, but I'm just sitting here like, they gonna get it. Like, and it is what it is at that point. You know, maybe it's like I said, I have said multiple times on the podcast before that people put too much emphasis on exclusives, that marketing and third party stuff sells consoles way more than exclusives ever will. Like a Call of Duty or a Madden or a 2K sell more consoles than any exclusive does.
Oh, that's facts, though. That's facts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to see, that hands on, because when you go into like a GameStop or a Best Buy and you see Call of Duty marquee on everything Xbox related, people don't realize how effective that is.
There's a lot of power in marketing. Yeah. But fellas, I got to start heading out, though. Thank you for letting me hop on for a little bit and kicking it with you guys, man. Bro. All right. You guys be safe. Peace out.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Someone said he just wants ammo for his channel. Actually, I don't talk about console stuff like that on my channel a whole lot. It's just, you guys don't understand how long I've been in these streets, man. Like I've been covering this console for like, what's 10 years, a decade?
Yeah.
A decade. And even though that, like, in the logistic of things, it probably doesn't matter a whole lot with them going multi-platform more, I'm just being someone that's covered it so long and been with them through the heart. I was there for the Xbox One. The launch, guys. The launch of the Xbox One. I was there. And it is disappointing a little bit when, I was like, they about to heat, man. They about to really go in.
I was looking at some old YouTube channels the other day, and I think it was Xbot 448. I was just scamming through some of his old stuff, and there you were. This was like 2014, I swear.
That's what I tell people.
He was a guest on this channel. I thought, they're gonna Addict right there. It was people like maybe 2014, 2015, bro.
People don't realize how long I've been doing this. Like a long time. I've been making content for a long time. So that's why it hits me a little bit more.
Yeah.
That's why it hits me a little bit more because, I've been wanting Xbox to put the boot on the throat of its competition for a long time. You got to keep in mind too, a lot of this is console war stuff because I've been like beat up for the past 10 years every chance I get it. I feel like now where it's like, okay, when you look at like some of these people, it's like, now what? But I'm just glad that they're doing good. Like, because even though I'm disappointed with that particular thing, that showcase was amazing.
It was. And when was the last time you seen this much positivity surrounding the Xbox brand, Addict?
It's like I told you early, never.
Like,
the entire time
man.
I've ever, there was a couple times where Xbox had some positive, but they're like the big YouTubers are saying it's good, man. It's
big
good.
YouTube. I'm gonna tell you off the top of my head what I remember. Some positive moments for Xbox.
When the Xbox One came out, Series X came out.
The Series
X
first came out. That was positive. The Xbox One X was announced.
Project Red Dead Redemption 2. Remember that?
Yeah. But when that was announced, there was a positive momentum for the Xbox. But before that, it's like because Xbox had like games at the beginning of the Xbox One generation, and nobody seemed to care. It was all about power. So I would say, man, but this positivity, I don't know if I've ever seen this much positivity since the 360 generation, bro. Like, it's damn near unanimous. Almost. Like, besides, even some hardcore ponies said, yo, that show was fire, bro. Like, how you kind of look at people's reactions. I've been looking at reactions for the last few days. Not just ponies, but even Xbox guys, everybody. I even watched my own damn show, right? To hear my own reactions with the homies, but it's damn near unanimous. Of course, there's some guys saying, it was good for an Xbox show. I heard a couple of those. I heard in one podcast, all the opponents was trying to hate, while the host was like, "Y'all tripping. This is good." But for the most part, I would say 98% positive, bro.
Yeah, almost every hardcore PlayStation person not trolling was all saying this was one of the best showcases they've ever seen.
Yeah,
I was seeing Greg Miller fighting for his life on his own show.
Yeah, I watched that. I watched some of their stuff. Yeah, I watched some of their stuff. But it was, man. And South to Midnight, man. Perfect Dark, South to Midnight, Fable, Gears. Man, watching the Gears reactions to seeing people cry. Listen, man, I'm like, damn. I'm not emotional, but I'm like, seeing these people. Listen, we are gamers, and I'm a passionate gamer also. And I'm seeing that, like the one guy named Shadows, he's a Gears YouTuber. And he said it's been kind of slow for his channel because there's no like no Gears news. So to see him just be excited and start crying, I was like, yeah, okay, brother, let it out. Yeah, my stream was dog shit. But yeah, I'm gonna get into PC though. But yeah, man, it was amazing, bro.
Yeah. So what was some of your biggest highlights in the showcase?
First off, the way Doom I re-downloaded Doom Eternal because I didn't finish the DLC and I started playing it last night. The game was amazing. Just the way just the trailer was so fire, man. But my highlights plural, South to Midnight, bro.
South to Midnight.
That was
definitely
my
the highlight to me.
I wasn't expecting that game to look that good at it.
You know what's funny? I was expecting it to be like the definition of a game that doesn't have a huge budget, a game that, when you look at it, you're like, oh, it looks okay. But when I looked at like how the surroundings were and how good the game looked graphically on the surroundings, I was like, okay, we got something here.
And it seemed authentic because the voice actors definitely sounded there from Louisiana. Like I could hear the like Louisiana accents. I loved it, man. I don't know what I was expecting from that game, but that wasn't it.
I saw people like Black Viking say that, South of Midnight, Fable, and I can't remember the other game, but it's Indiana Jones is like the new like big games you got to look at, like the big three on Xbox. I don't necessarily agree with that yet. I feel like,
a little too early
okay,
for that.
maybe Fable, because Fable's had a name on the brand,
Fable,
but I
definitely.
don't think, we got to to me, in order to be like a pillar of Xbox, because that's the way he was describing it to me, you got to at least have an existing game somewhere. Like, you got to have something to go up from, not just
Mhm.
steady. Like, and
Yeah.
at least Fable's been around, so it goes up.
Yeah.
That's why I personally felt. No, it was Perfect Dark. That's what it was. It was
Perfect
Perfect
Dark.
Dark.
Listen, man.
Maybe Perfect Dark could be a pillar, but the thing is
Yeah.
that I would say Perfect Dark and Fable. But even though how much I love what I saw of man, I always forgot
South of Midnight.
South of Midnight. To me, it didn't. It hasn't proven itself. When we see that first game, and if it gives that energy that we're seeing the whole game, that's when I would say you can officially put it as one of those games.
Hey, God to bless one. Hey, hey, can I see that super chat right quick? Cause you posted on the screen. God to bless one is the last one. God to bless one with the fire. Dirk can't stop saying "Stop 2 midnight" to save his life. It's bro, of. I noticed that myself. I told myself it's south of midnight. So yeah, you're absolutely right. I kept on saying south to midnight. You're 100% right, bro. It's of
Yeah,
midnight.
so South of Midnight look good, man. And what I like is I like it look like they're gonna have some. I hope they kind of go a little bit in the what's that the colossal game for PlayStation,
What?
where
Which
you
game?
fight the big creatures on PlayStation. What was that game called?
Oh, what's the name of that punk ass game? Shadow of the Colossus.
Shadow of the Claw. I kind of want like boss fights like that where they're fighting these big creatures and you climb on some of them, because there's clearly climbing mechanics in the game.
Right.
So I think it would be cool because like that turtle is the size of like a mini island.
Oh, you mean,
So
like the alligator?
yeah. So
Yeah, the
it would be
alligator,
nice
yeah.
to have like really big epic boss
And it's
fights in that
dropping
game.
next year too, man. It's dropping next year, bro.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, people. And what's funny is the studios that delivered us games last year and the year before, by the end of next year, they're going to be ready to show something.
That's why I'm saying they're going to have a steady flow of games, bro. You're absolutely right. Stu, probably like Double Fine should be ready to announce their next game soon. 343 should be ready, like within the next 2 years to drop the next Halo or announce the next Halo. Like you said, they're going to have a steady flow of games. But I'll tell you what, Perfect Dark also impressed me. I wasn't expecting that game to look that good. I thought it looked good. They might as well go ahead and buy Crystal Dynamics to make sure that when the sequel's ready to drop, that they don't lose that team.
Let me get these super chats real quick. Got $2 from Day Rizzy.
Day Reezy, yeah.
Make an omelet with the eggs on your face, dog. Oh, he already left. $20 super chat from King. After seeing all Call of Duty 6, I will love to see Halo ODST made by Treyarch. That would be interesting to let Treyarch make like a spinoff of Halo.
Hey, Addict, man, look at Nixie. He just like, what happened to Contraband? Listen, man, maybe it's still cooking. You know what I'm saying? It's still cooking. They can see Xbox is in a position. They have so many games. It's not like it was back in the day where they had to rush something out like Recore or something. They got so many games.
You got to think too. The reason that makes this is so good for Xbox is now they no longer have to tell studios we need your game out by this time. If a studio needs a little bit more time to cook, they're able to give them that little bit of leeway to cook. Yep. They don't have to rush anything out.
Yep, I agree with you.
$2 super chat from Lieutenant Holt. The 360 rebirth has begun. Game Pass is life. The 360. I will say this is, besides the 360 era, I've never seen Xbox be this talked about in a positive manner. All right.
Hey, my boy Joey just put some in the DM.
What'd he say?
There was an interview where Christopher Dream said that Xbox has been putting less focus on Game Pass. But he said this in the past, so he's looking real foolish right now after that showcase.
Yeah,
thank you, Joey.
I mean, I even said it too, so I can understand where they were coming from, because It used to be they used to do showcases, say everything on this podcast, everything on this show is all coming to Game Pass, and they kind of went away from that a little bit. So I can understand why people would think that.
But they brought it back this show.
Yeah, in huge ways, ways. All right, so
Jerry Mack.
Yeah, Jerry Mack with the 43 months. He says the showcase was impactful. It forced the blue team to face the truth with their platform. 10 out of 10. SWO. What's
XWO?
I don't know.
Xbox World Order is fully operational. Hashtag great beers. Yes. Addict, you're not there yet. You're not there yet.
A little bit, man. I get gray beards a little bit.
You got a little gray in your hair?
A little bit. Sometimes on this side there'll be a little couple. I've actually thought about bleaching my beard because I actually want a white beard.
More, bro. I'm trying to get a little bit more.
I feel like I would pull off a white beard quite a bit. $5 super chat from Day. What part of hold the damn line? Weak jellybacks didn't understand Xbox is a thief in the night. They didn't have to tell us anything. Trust the process.
Trust the process.
King gonna look like a damn prophet this Sunday. I can already tell you. $5 super chat from the blessed one. Dirt can't stop. Oh, you already read.
Yeah, I read that one already.
Dirt can't stop saying to midnight to save his life.
I got it now. South of midnight. Yeah, I got it now, bro.
Got a member chat. Been a member for 1 month. The Long House Gaming Podcast. I don't know if that's Black Viking or not.
That's him.
I know that's his podcast. I don't know if more people have access to that account. So we not talking about Flight Sim. I'm about to fight some folks.
Trust
you can
me.
fight me.
That's him.
I ain't playing
that. About that flight sim. Listen, man, the game is cool, but I ain't about to be capping for it like that.
Yeah, because that's just not a me thing.
Hey, listen, I flew over my house, flew over my mom's house, and I flew over Las Vegas and I uninstalled it. But it's cool though. It's cool as hell, man. Because it was raining. Like one night I was playing, it was raining. It was raining on the game. It was pretty sweet, man.
Yeah, here's the thing when it comes to that. I don't care. Look, and I'm glad you guys enjoyed Flight Sim. And what's funny is if you go look at my stream that was talking about that particular game, when Flight Sim popped up, I'm not even joking, Derek. I was like, Flight Sim, but it was Perfect Dark, and I didn't know it at the time.
You thought it was
well, no. See, when no, let hear
no,
me out.
What's funny, Shaun, like my boy Shaun said the same thing. He's like, Flight Sim, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because it flew over a plane at first, and then when I saw the suit and the door open, I'm like, okay, this isn't Flight Sim. This isn't Flight Sim.
Yeah. Hey man, he threatened us, man. Black Viking said, "Oh, I'm fighting." He threatened us, man. We sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. It's really a cool game, man. I was not in the street naked. When you flew my house.
What he does on his own according is none of my business.
Yeah, man. No, it is a cool game though. No lie, bro. Like flying around, it was pretty cool. Seriously.
All right, so let's talk about this Phil Spencer interview. Someone said, "Who's taller, me or Paris?" I think I'm taller than Paris. I didn't just.
How tall is Paris?
I think Paris is like 6'1", 6'2".
Oh, okay.
I think I am taller than him. I can't remember though. It's not like I'm seeing. Paris, let's go elbow to elbow, back to back. I didn't do nothing
back to back.
That. Yeah. So, but I do think I am taller than him. I would have. There's no way to find that out unless like I was next to Paris again, right. Which I'm sure I'll see Paris in person sooner or later. I'll get that info from you guys at that point. How much is that in cm? What is that?
Centimeters.
So yeah, people. Not everyone goes by our metrics. I keep forgetting that. So let's talk about this Phil Spencer interview, man. So you watched it?
Yeah, I watched it twice actually. What was the first time I watched it on Web Dave show? Then I watched it personally.
Let me give you my opinions on it.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't. I am disappointed with Ryan a little bit because I did feel like he didn't follow up with anything. I felt like the moment you asked about, like, for instance, the PlayStation thing, not the PlayStation thing, talking about the studios being shut down, and like Phil was just like, this is my job. I have to run a profitable business. I thought it was just weird that Ryan didn't follow up. That's like, can you explain what the reasoning behind shutting one over the other is? So I thought that was a little.
I think he answered that. I have to run a profitable business. They wasn't making no damn money. Put two and two together.
I feel you, but especially with the first one, like talking about the studios, like I felt like there wasn't a lot of, but I thought the initial purpose of Game Pass so you could take more, more risks. One of the reasons that you sold to the public and to the communities is, when you're buying these studios that they have more of an independent, they're going to worry about financial stuff to that degree. So I did feel like there wasn't, because to me, they talked more about the handheld than they did about the serious questions everyone wants to know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's the time and the place, though, Addict. That's after
if
your
it's not- if
successful show isn't the time to go deep
I
dive
feel
on,
you, but
why you let go of studios.
I feel you, but I do feel like he should have pushed a little bit. Maybe Microsoft wouldn't let him at that point, which is not. That's Microsoft's job as PR.
Yeah,
It's like,
of course.
look, we're not gonna. So I think I do. It's like, damn, man, if IGN can't get these answers and ask these questions, then I'm just like, who else? Like, who else is gonna be able to ask them? So I was just, I was just a little disappointed with that particular thing. As far as talking about Phil Spencer in general and his statement, he made it pretty clear more of these games are coming over. I would have liked a little bit more. That's what irritated me about the not asking questions, because I felt like that would have been a good time to be like, how do you choose what goes and what doesn't go? Are you looking at to do timed exclusives and then go over to the competition eventually? I just felt like there was a lot of questions that I particularly had that should have been asked but wasn't.
I would have preferred that than the first questions about, like, that you mentioned about the layoffs. I would have preferred him ask a follow-up question to that instead of the layoffs question.
Well, that's what I was mainly talking about, is just asking questions that everyone's been asking. So how do you feel about him just came out like, this isn't going to be just for those 4 games, there's going to be more? How do you feel about
Addict,
that?
I think we all knew that, though.
Yeah, we did know that, but now he's saying it. So
I mean, we all knew that. We all knew it just wasn't 4 games. We knew it wasn't 4 games from the beginning. But it's just not. It's just the time we got to see which games are next. You know what I'm saying?
That's another thing that kind of caught me off guard. They talked about Game Pass over and over again, but you mean to tell me that, like, why didn't Ryan ask him where those Game Pass games from Activision, from ABK? Like, if you look at all of the predictions, everyone was convinced that we were going to get a giant influx of games going into Game Pass from the ABK deal. No questions on that.
That would have been a fair question. Honestly, that would have been a fair question. I would have been okay with that question. But
I think that's the part that just irritated. And I understand there's a lot of politics that goes into this stuff. Do you push back if there were certain criteria that we don't want to go into right now? We don't want to go into these things. We're going to answer these at a later time. Do you push back and say we're not going to have the interview? Because that's Phil Spencer. It's a lot of traffic. But at the same time, it's like I said, man, if IGN can't get these questions, who else gonna get these questions? Like,
no, that's a fair question about the Activision games going into Game Pass. That would have been a fair question. Phil would have probably said, there's still plans for it, but whatever. But honestly, I'm tired of the layoff thing because it's an industry issue, and nobody gets drilled like Xbox. Like Tango Gameworks is. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think the biggest reason people want questions from Xbox for this particular situation was mainly Tango Studios. I do think if they would have left Tango out of that layoff and the foreclosure of the studios, I don't think they would have got nearly as much heat as they did. Is because you went from Hi-Fi Rush to getting your studio shut down. So I think that's why, me in particular, I wanted a little bit more of a, clarification on those aspects.
I mean, I get it, but come on, man. Come on, man. Like, there was some layoffs at Insomniac, that very successful studio, layoffs everywhere. Rockstar laid off. They're about to get rid of private division, like nothing. But with Xbox, they had a great show. Then it's just like I don't think that was a time and a place for that.
I feel you. Maybe you're right on that aspect. I just think I was looking at it and I was like, man, like as I was generally convinced that like Phil would clarify a couple things in terms of like the multi-plat approach. We get a lot more answers of how they're going to approach that.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you're right. They just had that amazing showcase. Maybe the reason that because I do think that because Ryan talks about it pretty regularly on his show, so I don't think Ryan just didn't ask not to ask him. I think he was probably told not to ask him those particular questions.
Most of the time, when you interview somebody like Phil Stature, the like the PR team, like, yo man, don't ask these questions, don't do that. Okay, all right. And he probably knew the questions ahead of time, probably.
Oh,
probably.
They definitely knew that question.
I don't know that for a fact, but I'm assuming.
And if you noticed, it was pre-recorded. Like it was done live, but it was pre-recorded.
Yeah.
Like when we saw it, I don't know if they did
it was
any
a couple hours
behind
before
closed doors.
It aired.
So I think that at this point, it's clear that more of these games are coming over. I think my mindset is just I hope that they give some time to the Xbox platform and just do more timed exclusives. I would be happy with that. Give like 6 months to a year.
Mm-hmm.
It's only on Xbox and PC. Then it comes to the other platforms. Because regardless what people think of the chat, I really care about the console itself, and I just want the console to do well. So as long as they do that, and I think they are going to generally do that, because if you notice, Doom was like within 10 minutes after Doom was announced, PlayStation was on Twitter. Oh, this coming to our stuff. They did that for Call of Duty. So I do think that we are going to get timed exclusives, and then it'll come out at a later date. So, probably they'll get Hellblade 2 next year. And that's fine. If it is that way.
Yeah, I do believe some games, like maybe ABK games or maybe some Bethesda games will be day and date, but yeah, I mean it's possible. Timed exclusives, that's possible.
So what was your show, your game of the show?
South of Midnight.
South of Midnight. You guys
South
heard that.
of Midnight.
I think mine is probably South of Midnight. Probably followed by Fable. I thought Perfect Dark looked really good too.
Yeah, Perfect Dark look good. Fable look good.
Perfect Dark's not really my cup of tea.
Yeah.
But it gave me like Mad, Dishonored, and Deus Ex vibes.
Deus Ex, yeah.
And I could really jump on that.
I love the parkour. They added the parkour because,
like some Mirror's Edge parkour.
I love the Mirror's Edge games. I beat both of them. Unfortunately, those games didn't sell well, but I beat both of them. So definitely had a little Mirror's Edge feel, a little Deus Ex. I loved it, man. I thought it looked great. And we heard, somebody, I think Jeff Grubb said it was in development hell. Even if it was at one point, apparently they're out of it, and like development is going well. So yeah, man.
Did you see that Colt felt away, like Jeff like kind of disrespected him when they met?
I did see that, yeah.
Yeah. I get that vibe from Jeff a little bit when I'm around him.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. I don't really think like too less of Jeff on that. I've never been the kind of person to hang out with someone like Jeff anyway, so like it doesn't really bother me to that degree. But I can understand where Colt's coming from, because there's a lot of aspects where it does feel like Jeff just doesn't like vibe with people.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I feel like when I took a picture with him, he'd just be waiting to get out. Like he there because he got to be there. Like, and to be fair and to be honest with him, he deals with so many people every day. I'm sure he probably shook 1,000 hands that day. He probably got COVID. So it's just like, he's got the right to act like that. Maybe he shouldn't act like that. But at the same time, Colt is entitled to his feeling on the matter. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, Jeff doesn't owe anyone his time, or Jeff doesn't owe anyone, to make them feel away, because I do feel like Colt was a little bit entitled in that matter, because even though I have felt that same energy come from Jeff Keighley, I never felt like I wanted Jeff Keighley to know that. So I kudos to him for making that public, because I probably wouldn't have made that public.
Yeah, I wouldn't have either. But let me tell you something I've learned in my 47 years of living. Everybody ain't your damn friend.
Huh?
Everybody ain't your damn friend.
Yeah, and here's the
people
thing.
you might think you're cool with. Sometimes you see them in person, they're like, "Yeah, what up, man?" Like, damn, you blowing me off like that. So it's like that's life, man.
And someone said Snow Bike Mike is not like that any way, shape, or form. Dude's one of the most friendliest people, one of the most live people in the. I've met Snow Bike Mike on multiple occasions, and he is a wonderful human being. Like he doesn't make you feel, because I think that's the key thing that Colt felt. Colt felt like he didn't want to meet him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It's like I said, I can understand that. I can understand not wanting someone to feel like, oh, it's just Colt Eastwood. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like I said, like Jeff Keighley is a PlayStation dude. We've been very clear on that. Yeah. So maybe he's just like, oh, Colt makes Xbox content. Because let's be real, Jeff never makes anything public about Xbox. But the moment PlayStation has a game announced or PlayStation did some kind of launch out, for some reason, he big on ounce and that stuff. So yeah, it's probably just that. They don't vibe together on that stuff.
Some people just is not people person, like a people person. Some people just antisocial. Some people don't like to be around people. Like what's that old saying? Never meet your heroes or something like that. Because your hero could turn out to be the biggest POS ever. And that's just how it is, man. That's why I don't know, man. Some people just are not nice people, man. That's life. Some people are not. We've heard so many people that got banned from Hollywood because of how they treated people. Blackballed from Hollywood because how they treated people.
Hold up.
I don't look like no damn brother, man. OG Panther. How dare you? Come on, man. Crap gamer broke their heart. No, he didn't. Don't go there. Admit.
One thing I will be very vocal about is I respect Colt for coming out publicly about like his disappointment with the whole Jeff Keighley encounter, because I do feel like maybe Jeff Keighley isn't realizing he's giving that energy, which I'm pretty sure he is, and maybe he can change that up a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think we're done here for the day, man. What you got? Huh?
Oh, you got supers, bro.
I know. I was just going to get to them. We got a $5 super chat from Gamer by Choice. I'm tired of people being hyped analysts of Xboxes that are just enjoying gaming. No other platformers treat it like Xbox, PS, and Nintendo can do anything. You're all right to a degree. See, here's the thing. When I criticize Xbox, it comes from a genuine, want the brand to do better. I can't speak for everyone, but when I criticize Xbox, I generally want the brand to do better. So that's why, like, we need to get out of this, like, mindset that we deem everyone that voices their concern on Xbox all in the same, because we're not all in the same.
Addict, they are doing better, but you're still nitpicking them.
Yeah, but it's not just a small nitpick though.
I'm
like,
mess with you, man.
Like exclusives on a console is a big issue.
No, I wasn't talking about that.
Oh, you just.
I was talking about
situation.
The 2 games with no release date. I'm talking about that.
Oh yeah, well, see that was. But I said I gave him a 9 out of 10.
Nah, I'm messing with you, man. I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing, bro.
Alvin with the $5 super chat. Until Herman Hose answers a single question about their studio closures, I feel Phil has talked enough about it. Though, but the thing is they're not going on the other conference. And I don't, when it comes to studio closures, I was just telling you another example I felt like should have been talked about. So that was my only thing. Alvin with the $2 for Xbox sent out fake info to bait leakers, I bet.
It's possible.
You know what he's talking about?
He's saying, I mean, like you said, Nick and them said that there's gonna be some old 360 RPGs at the show, or if you like those old RPGs, watch the show, something like that. Maybe something like that.
I do know that they have done that in the past, sent out fake leaks to certain criteria to try to figure out who's doing it.
Interesting.
$2 Super Chat Gamer by choice. Layouts are a weird comics issue, not Xbox. And I when it comes to the layouts, it was just an example of like questions that could have been digged into deeper. Wasn't necessarily a thing of saying that it's not happening. It's just an example of, they could have, went a little bit more into the layoffs on how they choose. Because my biggest issue wasn't necessarily, it was, are we going to look at arts over the finances? Because sometimes you can't do them both. Games like Hi-Fi Rush can't exist in a realm where we're only looking at finances and dollar signals. And I just wanted to maybe him to go in a little bit more on like what the expectations are for Microsoft in terms of, do you care more about subscriptions or selling the game? Or is that going to lead to more, foreclosures in the future? That's really what I wanted to go to. And I feel like that's fair questions. I do feel like that's fair questions. $2 from Yada. One question, new PS fans, what's Tin Dog hiding at? Man, you guys need to leave Tin Dog alone, man. What's funny is that you guys be going at Tin Dog. You don't understand how much receipts that man's got.
See, but the thing with that though, when people talk to him, they were Xbox fans at the time. You know what I'm saying? Now, unless you was begging him for retweets, that's different. But if
there's a lot of that goes on. There's a lot of that went on.
There's a few people hit me up. Yo, Dirt, man, you mind retweeting?
I'll retweet a lot of that going on.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Do I agree with like, especially like, oh no, it's Alex. Like Tim, if you're watching, leave that man's alone, because you can't win against oh no, it's Alex, because he's gonna turn you into content. And when he turns 100%. You into content, you're just putting money in his pocket. So if you truly want to get oh no, it's Alex back, don't
respond.
Socialize with him in those kind of manners, because all he's gonna do is convert that into money. And oh no, it's Alex. He'll make mad videos about you too. There's no end to that. There's no end to the light at the tunnel. That's one individual, because of the kind of content he makes. You should probably leave that man alone. $5 super chat from Spartan661. I didn't see any exclusive being advertised on the Xbox showcase, but we did see world premieres. It's that me, or did I need to watch the showcase together? No, they didn't really say anything about exclusivity on that, like at all.
I watched last year's show recently. They didn't do it last year either.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They
didn't say exclusive. Maybe they've been thinking about this for a while. You got a $2 super chat from Drama Elite. Addict, you skip Bayless of Xbox.
Addict don't watch sports. He don't know who that is, Jamal.
Yeah, I have no clue. my chat on Addict Arena, they're they were trolling me because they're like, oh, we want you to play Tekken. I'm like, okay, here's a goal. Once we meet this goal, I'll play that damn game. I'll play it for 3 hours, but that's all. And then they were in my chat. We should make you play Madden next. No. He's sitting there chatting. Dude, the IOP community comes in flocks when it comes to trolling the hell out of me.
That's funny, bro.
$2 super chat from Danny Passion. A hero for many is a villain for others. That's
100%. That's a great point, bro.
True thing.
It's a great point. Like you heard, I'm really into like Hollywood and stuff, and there's so many actors and actresses that were like huge stars, but eventually they got blackballed out of Hollywood because they were a-holes. Like you don't hear nothing from them anymore, and they were like huge stars. There's like Sharon Stone.
What did I say? Someone said I should have skipped something.
Skip, you can't. No, don't worry. They're making fun. They're making fun of this guy Skip Bayless, and they be saying, "No, come on, not Skip. Come on, Skip." So that's all they say. You can't say that, not Skip. That's all they say. Don't worry about it.
See, I don't know none of that stuff, man.
Yeah, he don't know that.
So mad. I thought someone that got me saying some racist slur hidden in a super chat for a second.
No. You good, bro? You good?
Yeah. So I mean, we got a lot of stuff going on, guys. This was a great show. I get you guys. You come at me. You say, "Addict, you being a little bit too much," and to a degree, I agree with you. But at the same time, it's just it's just from a point where, I've been following this brand for so long. I just want them to do good. In my personal opinion, exclusives is one of the biggest drivers to consoles, and I'm going to keep that up. People say Addict and Tim Dog are one and the same. Not like this. Addict do be looking like Mick Foley. I could that I don't resent that. That's okay. That's okay.
Hey, Carl, we just said something. I totally agree. We said console war trolling is fine, but exposing private conversations about someone's personal vulnerabilities is wild. I agree with that. If he's going to start leaking DMs, I don't like that personally, bro.
Yeah. I guess to me, how I've always been, the only time I think it's appropriate to leak DMs is when someone's making a claim, and the only way you can prove yourself,
like defend yourself,
is to leak a DM. I don't agree with him leaking DMs. That's Tim Dog. I think he should just go ahead and stop fueling the fire. Just drop it, because he was going at it yesterday, man. Yeah, like 20, 30 people on him.
He beefed with Colt. Alex, I got some receipts on Tim though, but I don't really. I throw shots at him on my podcast. I talk, I try to talk like him, but I don't, I got receipts, bro. Oh, like a lot of people. Like I got DMs, not of Tim, but I got DMs of some ponies. I got a lot of receipts, bro. So people, I got receipts from years.
Yeah, and that's why I be telling people, maybe when it comes to the content creators,
yeah,
just because you think Tin Dog don't have stuff on you, don't mean Tin Dog don't have stuff on you. like leave that man alone. Now, as far as everyone else, yeah, but I'm telling you, man, you think just, I've never really had conversation. Tim Dog used to talk to people all the time. Tin Dog got receipts on you, guarantee it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
last time I talked to him in the DM was when this third-party stuff first happened. I hit him in DM. I was like, Tim, what's going on, brother? He's like, I don't trust Xbox and blah, 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 blah. I was like, damn, what's I was like, man, I hope this ain't true, I hope this ain't true, bro. Them putting their games everywhere. He was like, saying it was. Well, that was a couple months ago. That's the last time I talked to him.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm not co-signing anything Tim Dog's doing. Tim Dog should not be leaking DMs and stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm not his keeper. Ain't nothing I can do. That man is his own person, and it is what it is at that point. But tell the people where to find you at, man. Do we have
man. Check out my channel, of course. I put my link in the comment section. Yeah, man. I got my podcast tomorrow, my one-man podcast. It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. We had a fun week. Some more news dropped today about Lego Horizon. Did you also see what Jason Schreier said about PlayStation? Not really having games.
They've butchered their whole shit because of the games as a service.
He was saying,
what's funny? How many times have I said I don't think people realize how bad they went off track because of that games as a service? I said that multiple times. How bad they're off track
because of that games as a service. And they canceled half of them, right?
And I think they canceled the right ones. I felt like, look, Concord looks okay, but there's so much competition. To me, Factions had no competition, really, in that vein. Maybe Concord's easier to sell, and that's the reason they didn't get rid of it. But I'm very curious to decide how they went about choosing who to cancel and who not to cancel.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens, man.
But you can find Addict every Thursday on SmackDown. Is there someone on wrestling that looks just like me or something?
They said Mick Foley, bro. That's all they think.
Mick Foley, he's retired, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not on SmackDown. And SmackDown's on Fridays, by the way. James Thomas. Oh, come on. I'll read this because this is Mandingo. He's crazy, man. I'll read this right quick because he be I post that on like Mandingo put his tax up his chat up there. Mandingo with the 5. Pardon me, Addict. What were you beating? As for you, Dirt, you are one dark Negro. I told y'all stop sending these super chats when that's not on my channel, man. These talking about my complexion, man. As soon as I opened the stream, it was dark. Excuse me. See, Come on, man, nigga. I know I told you once or twice.
You know, they get some enjoyment out of that, though.
Yeah, but it makes it awkward when I'm on a podcast with a white guy.
At this point, though, is it really awkwardness? Like,
Still kind of.
I think and to be fair, I do a podcast with 2 other black people. So
yeah, no, it's just making it awkward sometimes. Because
all right, so
all right.
What I'm gonna
Fine
do is
said Xbox isn't done showing us games. Fine said they're not done, man.
No, they're definitely not done. I think we all knew that, though.
Yeah, got a lot of content. They got a lot of content, man. This
So
is what we were waiting for.
I think Gamescom's gonna be good. And I think I do think that JRPG is real. I just don't think it was announced here. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you guys over to my stream. We're gonna be streaming for a couple hours today. The girlfriend's at her friend's house, so I got plenty of time. I got time
loud,
today.
Man. You can scream and cuss loud now, bro. You know your girl ain't there.
No, I actually still don't cuss. I don't know. It's like IOP kind of crippled me on cussing in general.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. So, did you put your stuff in the chat, man?
I put it in there a couple times. Let's put it some more.
Go click on that, man. Go follow these.
Yeah,
people.
Man. Have a good old time tomorrow. After that great showcase, I'm gonna be TTSing tomorrow.
Oh, you know it, man. You know that the good thing about this is it's not a lot of people. Not a lot of people can come out of Xbox right now, and it is nice that that it's so positive right now.
Yeah, man.
Besides my negative ass.
I hope it lasts a little bit longer because sometimes when Xbox gets some positive news, all of a sudden it's negative like the next day. So even Fonz say Xbox got a fat W. So shout out to you, Fonz. That's about it, man.
Yeah, we're gonna head you guys out. You guys have a good day.
Peace out, y'all.
What am I playing? I don't know yet. We'll decide that in the chat. I got to get off what I'm playing now because it's not supposed to be on screen. But we'll see you guys over there.
All right, Addict.